Alright, in this video I'm going to fix one of the latches on my Nissan Pathfinder's rear liftgate. In this case, it is the latch for the rear window. So that window has been closed for about a year, and I finally gotten around to fixing it. So you can see there's a latch right here. Nothing too special about it, just like any door latch, and it does not work. There's one bolt that I need to remove in the handle, and then there's two bolts that I need to remove in this little indentation. And I think this is applicable to any door latch. It's not Nissan Pathfinder specific. So these bolts are weird. If you do have a Nissan, it's like a 7mm and a 10mm. So the one up here is a 10, the other two are a 7. For whatever reason, my camera didn't completely film the process. But if you're gonna look at your door latch, just look at the cable where it connects to the latch. Look at the spring mechanism, make sure that's good. So it looks sort of like a bicycle cable. You could check it for brakes, you can make sure that everything's connected where it needs to be connected. And then on the other side, you can see it also has sort of like that bicycle style connector. So you can also see there's a white piece that's sort of on a bracket. Check all the pieces and make sure that they're on the correct bracket. Now my problem is something else actually. My problem is this thing right here. So in that last section you saw that it was not floppy. That's because I filmed that last. So you can see it when I try to lock or unlock the door. It doesn't do anything because this piece has two screws, or perhaps it had rivets in it, and those have fallen out over time. So I know if you looked at the first part of this video, this had bolts in it, and that's because I filmed that part of it after I filmed this. So once I put it into place though, you can see that the door lock actually works, and it locks and unlocks that window. There's another little pink piece here, and I would assume that's for a non-electronic option. So I went to Home Depot and I got these 6x32 nuts and bolts, and then I already had these washers sitting around, so I need 4 of those. And this is pretty straightforward. Obviously I'll throw everything in fast motion here. Obviously I'm going to use the nut, bolt, and washer combo, and then rebolt that locking mechanism properly onto the door latch mechanism. Overall, I would say these door latch mechanisms are pretty simple in their design. Obviously it's just a lever with a pivot, and there's a bicycle style cable between the door latch and the door handle that activates the whole thing. So if you're having issues, just open it up and you're going to need to take a look at it. And then maybe you've got a different problem entirely like mine, where I'm assuming those bolts just rattled loose over time due to the locking and unlocking action of the door lock mechanism. So now that it's unlocked, you can see the glass works just fine, and I'll have to put everything back together. Overall, really simple fix, and only cost me about $5 for the nuts, bolts, and washers. And obviously I've got a whole bunch left over. So to put these doors back together, there are a whole bunch of plastic clips, and those just need to go into place. Obviously they just lock in with a little bit of pressure, and then there are obviously some screws that need to go back in as well. So you're not entirely relying on plastic clips to hold your door panels on. So as mentioned, I didn't film the first part of this where I took this off, so I'll do it in reverse. And very easy to do, in my case, just 3 bolts. But like I said, this sort of repair should be applicable to any SUV. So you might have a different configuration if you're having a similar door latch problem on your SUV. So now the rear glass is fully operational, and that was only about a 30-minute fix to get in there and figure out what was wrong with it and then do the repair. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.